got the month for me. Well, no, I guess you say, what can make me feel this way? It's my girl, talking about my girl. It's my girl. Hi there folks, I'm Alex and welcome to another tutorial with Ukes with Alex. Today we're going to look at the intermediate and advanced arrangement of My Girl. If you follow the channel, you'll notice that at the beginning of this week we released a video where we looked at kind of simple chordy version with a few tweaks here and there just to make it sound a little bit more impressive. And what we're going to look at today is my personal intermediate advanced version of this. This is the one that I play when I play in restaurants and perform, and people have always liked it, so I'd like to share it with you, and hopefully you guys can show off a bit too. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to look at the bar chord C, a bit like our beginning of our You've Got a Friend in Me video a couple of weeks back. So bar chord C, and then the next chord you need to know is that F chord where you put your little finger on the 3rd fret of the C string. So bar chord C, and it's worth having your little finger free just so you can do some hammer-ons. But the little finger is the thing that's most important, I think, to get the kind of sound we want from this. We want to try and fill a lot of the awkward guitar parts and the augmented chords and the kind of really sparkly, spangly chords in the Motown arrangement, whilst working within the kind of limitations of the ukulele. So that bar chord, so in case you didn't catch that, it's a bar chord C, and then you go 1, 2. So I'm using the hammer-ons on the 5th fret of the A string and the 5th fret of the E string to produce almost a kind of reggae syncopated. Okay, and what I'm doing with my right hand for you folks at home, left hand for me, but right hand you guys will see is so down, up, down, and I'm doing the first one with my thumb and the second down with my fingers. So more kind of flamenco-y style guitar play. So you've got the down, up, down. So, and I'm chanking, you know, chugging, whatever you want to call it, chunking, where you mute the strings for, and then we're going straight into that. And you can do that a few different ways. I like to keep playing that G string just to give the bass note a kind of rolling theme. So, and I do a mixture of thumb and finger techniques. So work with, you know, what you've got there, folks, and you'll develop your own way of doing it, and it will sound much nicer than mine, I'm sure. So let's just run that bit again. So it's, to that F. And I don't tend to mess around with that F pattern too much because, to be honest with you, I'm trying to sing at the same time, and I'm good, but I'm not that good, so. And I'm doing the same down, up, mute, down. So kind of recreating the snare with that muted beat there, so. I've got sunshine on a cloudy day, and when it's cold outside, I've got the month for me. And then we're going to move on to the next part. If you want to see in depth the tab that's being shown on the screen as I do this, then you can access that by signing up to my Patreon, starting with a £3 a month donation. But you know, one £3 a month donation will kind of allow you access to all of the tabs in the various tutorials we're going to be doing and the ones we've done. But that's my intro slash verse piece. Hopefully you've caught up with me on that. And I mix the things up a bit here. So sometimes I will play the bar chord C to start the next, the chorus piece. So the chorus piece is C, D minor, and I do that little finger again on the C string, because why wouldn't you make it easier for yourself? F, where you just move that finger off, and I do. So let's just run that bit from the beginning. So we've got C, just 2 strums, D minor with that finger on the C note of the A string. So C, D minor. Just take your ring finger off, and you've got the F with the added C note there as well. And then this is the fancy bit. Keep your little finger and your first finger on the A and the E string, but move your, well, I would say it should be this finger, your middle finger, down to the 2nd fret of the C string, and we're going to do a tiny melodic run. We're going to go. So we went open on the G, 2nd on the C, 1st on the E, 3rd on the A, to a normal G7 for 1 beat, and then we did that. It's not quite a D minor 7th, it's not quite a G7 chord, it's the open G, 2nd fret on the C, 1st fret on the E, and then open A. So we're going 3, 2, open. And then the last one is a bit of a cheat here. It's a G chord, but we don't play the A string, so we go up, and we leave the A string out. So we go, sorry. And we want to leave the A string out there deliberately, because if you add that note, you lose the melodic run. You want the melodic run to end on the E string on the 3rd fret. So you go, and then we just play the G, C, and E open. We're moving back to a C chord for the next beginning of the chord pattern, but we're not going to play it, just to give that melodic runner, and people will hear that. That will cut through to people listening to you. So we're going to go. That's how I do it. So I go strum on the C, D minor, F, G7, and then we just do back to, for the bit where you have the 3-part vocal in the original, which is my girl, I guess you say, what can make me feel this way, my girl. C, F, talking about my girl. 2 stabs on the G7, my girl. And then if you're pretty into your vocal gymnastics, you can do a little falsetto, woo, just to give yourself a break. I do that. It's a little. I'm not a trained singer, but I'm somebody that's been performing for over 16 years, so half my life, and I like to give space to the instrument, because if you're working with just a single instrument and vocal, it's nice just to let each one have a showcase moment. You don't need to show off per se, but you know, if you get a I guess you say, what can make me feel this way, it's my girl, talking about my girl. It's my girl, ooh, get so much honey. And now I sound like I'm trying to, I'm trying to show off. I'm really not. I'm just trying to point out that if you give yourself time to breathe and you play a bit free time, you will find the accents on the chords that help you tell a fuller story with the ukulele. Now, that's my interpretation of the song My Girl. There is a middle eight, there is a key change in the original, but I'll tell you something, unless you've got a string quartet with you, I would not worry about that. There will be, someone else will have done a more comprehensive lesson that focuses on the original arrangement and dumbs it down for a ukulele. I say dumbs it down, makes it 10 times more impossible to commit to, because the ukulele was not a feature instrument on the original. And I think that the ukulele is most fun when you let it do what it does best and tell a story with a vocal accompaniment. Anyway, folks, thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment. And as I discussed in the video and at the beginning, you can always get in touch via Patreon, patreon.com/Ukes with Alex. I'm more than happy to discuss future arrangements with you. I'm hoping that the next tutorial we can do in a few weeks' time will be just the two of us, like Calais from Ukulele Site's arrangement, a semi-simplified version that I really love playing. But hope you enjoyed My Girl, one of my favourite songs of all time. If you have any suggestions for songs you'd like to hear in a tutorial form, please do let me know in the comments. Have a good day. Thanks for watching.